Okay, we have Vivi here today going up against Black Yellow Big Mom. So, we'll keep. They're gonna go second, so we'll go ahead and honestly, we'll go ahead and get that Rad Beam to hand and return everything. Pass it off to them. On Tudon, Pudding. What are we getting? Parasparrow. Oh, they're not going to draw anything. Interesting. Makes me wonder what they're playing. On 3, we will play Zoro, so we can go ahead and swing. Do they get the trigger? That is always the question when playing a yellow deck. Do they get the trigger? They did not, though. They're on 4, so I would imagine like Parasparrow 7 swing with leader. Maybe. Yeah. Or 6 swing with leader. Into my Zoro, no block. We are going to save that resolve. And then we will go ahead and bottom deck that Parasparrow. Don't want to really deal with it. We will play the Chopper after this. It does suck not getting to draw a card this turn. Oh, they get the Soul Pocus. We'll trash the top. Well, that's fine, actually. Like, if it was going to be anything in this deck to trash off life, the Nami is fine. Just because we can, like, search, or not search, but draw with this card every turn. So, right now, we just kind of want to protect our one, like, good body, so to speak. They're on 6. I believe that would be the OP04 Parasparrow play. And then they swing 5 with leader. If not, like something like a Cracker into a 7 swing with leader, or even like was it the Amande that's like 3. But see, they're black yellow, so I don't think of things like this. They're gonna swing 6 into me, and so we will 2K out. I want to protect that body, and if they want to continue to put thought into that, then that's fine. So it makes me think they have a Shockwave, which means they can KO my blocker, no problem. We're on 7. We go Frankie, leader ability, give him Rush. Okay, cool. We got the Red Rock to address things later on. We'll keep the 1 up. We're going to swing 6, get them to block, more than likely. I know you may trash one. Oh, that's right. That was bad. Bad on my part. All that protection for Zoro just to be shockwaved, impact waved, whatever it is. So this Frankie's cool. This is the first time it's actually worked the way I kind of like saw it working. We do have the Rad Beam here. The blocker Sanji's whatever. Like, they're walling up with blockers. They're gonna swing 7 here. No block. Oh wait, I should have blocked. Yeah, we can just 2K out of that. I'm not really too worried about it. Chaka's cool here. We're on 9. We could play the big Luffy. Don't really want to though. What we're gonna do is Chaka, and then we'll do this, and we'll oh, my bad. Yeah. So and then from there we can go 7 with Chaka. Get rid of one of their blockers. Like it's nobody's business. They have to choose whether or not they want to block, counter out, or just go ahead and take it. If I was them, I would probably take it. even though their leader ability is like super steep. That does kind of hurt. I'm not gonna lie. But we'll go ahead and swing 8. They're gonna take the life. Do they get the trigger? It's obviously not a Brûlée. Thunderbolt. Oh man, that hurt. It's fine. 10 drop Big Mom comes down. Yep. We can Red Rocket. Not a problem. They're gonna swing 5. We'll take. Ooh. We're gonna Red Rock everything. And that one was for free. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and Red Rock this. We're on 3, but I could. Puts me in a weird position if I do this. But at the same time, I go 2, put 2 on him. Vivi, draw a card. Yeah. Vivi, give him rush. That we replace the 2K counter. It gives us 5. We swing with 5. We just hope they don't bring out another 10 drop Big Mom next turn, because that was our 2 Red Rocks and we have no way to get them back. So as of right now, we cannot address a Big Mom, I don't think. But this is definitely probably not like play lines that they're expecting. So I think that's advantageous for us. But, you know, we'll just see what happens. It's not over till it's over. They're going to take the life. Do they get the trigger? If it's beige, oh, it's the blocker. That's fine, because if they want to block, then they have to give me cards out of hand to save it. They're asking me how I sent the Big Mom to the bottom of their deck. I guess they're deciding on this trigger because they did take the life. No trigger. We'll pass. So I'm guessing this is somebody that plays a little bit more casually, and but I mean, like, they have all the stuff that you need from 04, so they're competent and they're playing like how you're supposed to play. So I'm not gonna say like it's a beginner or anything like that. But I used Red Rock to put the Big Mom at the bottom of the board. They're going to attack the Brook and get a life back. They're attacking with 7. We don't. That's not what I would have attacked, but they have 6 left. I'll grant them a life. That's fine. Soul Focus is such an annoying card. They have 1 left. Please don't put it on your blocker and swing with your blocker, because then you leave yourself open, and you can't close out the game here, so you don't want to optimally do that. But to each their own. If that's what you decide to do, that's fine. And that's exactly what's going to happen. But what are you swinging into? My Frankie? I'll protect that all day. Okay, we get 5 drop Luffy, which is really cool. Okay, so this is like a risky maneuver here. So 3, and then the 2 to get a card. So I have to have 3 attacks land, and 3 attacks probably aren't going to land. I'll which means I need to probably... Okay, so I think what we do here... We just go ahead and do this. To get rid of the Sanji. They gave me 2 cards. They just gave me 2 cards for the Sanji. It makes me now want to take out the Sanji. We'll do the Koza and draw a card. We do get a 2k counter. That's what we wanted to see. Let's see if they give us the last card out of their hand. Rush Luffy, swing. Are they gonna get a trigger? Always the risk going up against this deck. So they can't cracker. We should live through this turn, no problem. And they can't address my full board, so I mean it should be game. But again, it's not over until it's over. They're gonna attack my leader. We take that. Oh, because their ability, as much as it's steep. Yeah, we'll take that. Well. We'll just trash our life. So we just need 5 for this. So we'll swing 6 with Koza. They'll take... Ow, that Thunderbolt hurt. 2, 3, 4, 5. Cause we just need a 3 for... we'll leave 1 up, so it means we need 4. 1, 2, 3. They can't do anything besides 2k, so I think we just swing 7 here, right? Then they have to take the life. Deploy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that should be game, right? So they don't have any Dawn up. Oh, they disconnected. Well, interesting matchup. They definitely kept me on the ropes there for a while. Was not expecting to see Black Yellow Big Mom out of all the decks, but someone's got to run that. So it was interesting because they used the ability a lot, which is something I personally haven't run into too much when I have played against this deck. So it was kind of cool seeing someone actually run it. They definitely knew what they were doing. Kind of threw me off that they asked how I bottom decked their Big Mom with Red Rock. It was like Red Rock, but maybe because I hit the one-off trigger right before I played the one on my turn, they didn't realize that Red Rock had been played twice. So whenever they looked at my trash, they're thinking the Red Rock that they saw is the one that came off life. But yeah, overall really cool. I like the way this Vivi deck is starting to run. I've been tweaking on it. I'm pretty much running an Alabasta Strawhat type package, and like you just saw, I think it can run pretty well. I think this big Luffy, I only run 1 of him, and he's supposed to be there for closing out games because he is an 8-drop, which works well with the leader. So you pop him down, you activate leader, you can swing big with 9 if you need it, but that is all of your Dawn. So I think I could actually cut this and then add in something else and make it run a little bit smoother. I think that's something we'll address later. So yeah, I think we'll jump into the deck list. Give me 1 second. So this is the deck list I was running just then in that game. I've been working on this and kind of tweaking it, and I think I'm finally kind of getting to that point where I like how it's running. Obviously, there's a few things I do want to take out and tweak ratios on. We have our leader Vivi, and then we run the 4 Otamas, 2K counter. The ability on play, I have yet to run into a situation where it like you need to do it, but I'm sure there will be situations. There's plenty of matchups I haven't gone up against, so that's why I say there's definitely like some optimization that could probably happen here. Nami, just because it is a Strawhat Alabasta type build, is kind of what I was going for. So the Nami's cool. Honestly, as long as you see one within like the first 2 turns, after that you're not really worrying about searching too much, but if you need to search, it's there. We have 3 of the Rush Zoro. I just think like if you can get this established and it sticks to the board, you know, you get the swing with him on the turn he's played. You don't have to worry about, you know, using the 2 Dawn to activate ability. So it comes in handy. It's kind of, you know, it's Rush Zoro. It's good. Koza has actually come in clutch. It's a 2K counter if you keep it in hand, and if not, then you pop him on the board. You give your leader, who can attack anyways, minus 5k power, and then he becomes 5k until the next turn. And so the only thing that does suck about that is your leader does become very vulnerable, because I think the negative 5k, no, it's only during this turn. So yeah, never mind, I'm thinking wrong. So this returns to 5k when you pass it off to your opponent, but he stays 5k until the start of your next turn. So it makes it a little bit harder to get him off the board. But he is a 3 cost, you know, 5k power. There's plenty of ways to get him off, but he is a 2k counter, so it's nice to have that 2k whenever you need it. Chaka does not have counter, but Chaka is really cool. Dawn ×1 when attacking. If your leader's Vivi, give one of your opponents negative 3,000 power, and then KO one of your opponent's characters with 0 power. So like you saw with the Bartolomeo, it can clear out smaller annoyances pretty easily, and if you have other reductions, those can come in handy as well. So like you could have like 2 of these on the board, so to speak, and yeah, but you definitely want to pick and choose when to use him. Pell is cool, but Pell is a lot of Dawn investment, so you have to have 5 to play him, and then you have to have another one to put onto him, so he has his on when attacking effect go into play, KO one of your opponent's characters with 4,000 or less power. But then you have to have the 2 for the rush if you're gonna do it that way. So that's a total of 8 Dawn for a 5 cost 6,000 power. So if you're gonna play Pell, wait a turn. It's really not worth the 8 Dawn investment, in my opinion. I could be wrong. There have been times where, you know, it's to clear something problematic, but 4,000 or less usually isn't too problematic. So unless you paired it with like a Chaka that's already on board, maybe then something could happen. But yeah, this 8-drop Luffy, we already kind of talked about it. I'm probably gonna cut it. It's like a 10-drop Kuzan with no ability. I mean, you get the banish, but by the time you're getting him down, you've probably gotten most of their life out of the way anyways. So I guess like maybe if you have like a board built up of decent characters and then you like swing him to get rid of their last life, it could be handy. Honestly, I could probably put in another one of these, though the Dawn investment to give him rush with Vivi again is one of those things where it's pretty steep. It's 3 Dawn to play him, he needs 2 Dawn put onto him, so that's already 5, and then it would be 6 and 7 for the rush ability, though you do get to draw the card with the leader ability. It's more so a 2k counter. If you establish him and then the next turn pop 2 Dawn onto him, it does become a 7k swing, so just something to think about. The blocker, just because as much defensive power as we do have in this deck, this is just something I think is needed. I usually don't run the 1-drops or 1-drop blockers in red decks, but I think in this one we need it. I'll probably switch this Luffy out for either a 4th blocker, and I may not even stick with Chopper. It's just 1 cost is very convenient to just pop it on the board and be able to divert an attack. So, or put in another one of these maybe. This Frankie I think is really cool. It's 4-drop, 6k power, so on 6 curve or even 7 curve, you can pop him down, activate leader ability, and then swing real big with this man's. And if he sticks to the board, then you have him, and then you play something like a Rush Zoro or a Rush Luffy. Your opponent's probably going to have a pretty bad time, or you're going to be getting plenty of cards out of their hand. The Brook, typically just a 2k counter, but it is fun to kind of combo off and like play Brook, give him the 2 Dawn, then use another 2 Dawn to give him Rush, so you get an extra 5k swing, which mitigates that your opponent or your leader can't swing and you're drawing a card. So like more than likely you'll draw and replace the 2k counter. So yeah, that's really, I think that's a really cool interaction of Brook with this leader. And if not, you can play the Brook down and like throw the 2k or the 2 Dawn 2k power onto something else big. And you can always activate your leader ability and not give anything Rush. So if you have it, you have it. Rush Luffy is just Rush Luffy. Honestly, thinking about it, I may put another one in. It's just the 5 cost. I'm learning like late game, dropping this down really helpful. But yeah, like if you have this established and then you throw Brook down, give him his 2k or his 2 Dawn to activate his ability. It's kind of cool. Starter deck Zoro is always cool. So what it would be 3 Dawn to play him, 2 Dawn to activate leader ability, so it's 5, and then throw another one on him. He now becomes a 7k Rush swing. A little bit better than this one for a little bit more Dawn if you can get it off like that. But yeah, I think this is one I've tested with back when OP04 came out in Japan a lot. So this card is cool to have in there. The one of Rad Beam, self-explanatory. Fire Fist, I thought good removal. I'm on the fence about it right now, but it has come up in a few games. Badminton's Kick Course, I've yet to actually see it in a game. So you trash a card from hand, give one of your leaders or characters, it's a 3k counter, and then on trigger, give up to one of your opponent's leaders or characters negative 3k power for the turn. So in theory, it's good, but I haven't actually gotten to use it yet, so I can't say that I want to cut it or not. I think I would want to keep it in the deck, which I may cut the Jambe. The Jambe just hasn't really come up, but then again, I'm sure in something like the Blue Croc matchup or something like that, this would come in handy. So I don't necessarily want to cut the Jambe yet. I was running 2 though, so I've already cut it down to 1. We'll see where that goes. Guard points, 3 guard points. Maybe change that to 4. You never know. 3000 Worlds, in all the matchups I've been in, there's just been a lot of big bodies, and this ends up, with only running it at 2, I see it too late, and for some reason I see Red Rock, like, around when I need to, but they're both at 2, so I don't know if I need to adjust the ratios here or what, but yeah, this is the Vivi deck that I'm working with. That is the deck that I just played that game with. If you have any recommendations or thoughts, please let me know down below. Let me know if you've been doing any testing with Vivi, if you think the leader is a lost cause. I think there's potential. It's just a matter of, kind of like Isho, like really putting in the time to flesh out a viable working option. I'm not saying it's going to be top tier competitive. Maybe it could be. I don't know. You guys let me know. I just know Vivi was like the leader that had a lot of hype on the announcement of Vivi and Rebecca whenever OP04 was first coming out, and then Vivi was kind of like the big letdown of the set, so to speak. So I am determined to make Vivi and Isho work. I do have an build of Isho that incorporates a few interesting green techs. Well, not even techs, more like an engine. If you guys are interested in seeing that within the next week or so, let me know down in the comments below. Let me know what you guys are testing out there. Let me know if there's any other decks you would like to see me test. It doesn't matter what set, any leader, from the first starter decks to even into OP05. I have been doing a little bit of OP05 testing just because I do like to test all that. So sorry for a little bit of the long-windedness here at the end, but yeah, I just thought it would be cool to kind of cover those things and talk to you guys. So if you like the video, like it. If you're down there liking it and you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I put out One Piece content as much as I can. So I'll see you out there on the open seas. Later, Pirates.